I do not see enough reposts, fam. Let's go. Oh, almost there, fam. About to begin. Caturday. Let's go. Let's go, fam. Happy Caturday for all you legends out there. Happy Caturday. It's been quite the day already for me, fam. Man, I can't believe it's already the weekend. It's been nearly a week already since Eat Denver, and it doesn't even feel like it, fam. Oh my gosh. It's been a whirlwind of events. I'm back in sunny Florida with the temperatures high in the 60s, early 70s. I can't believe it. Coming from such cold temperatures, if you guys have been watching my TikToks, the last part I posted, part 4 of this mini series, Day in the Life of Dew, you saw this epic snowstorm. All right, it wasn't epic, but you know, it was a snowstorm. All right, you could visibly see the snow coming down, and now I'm like in humid, hot temperature. Like I went on a run yesterday, fam, and I was just like sweating profusely. I couldn't believe how much sweat. Just off a little 10K, right? Just 6 miles. Not easy run, fam. So to come from that to, Denver, spent a week, like I would say, man, my sinuses, you got to hydrate more in that upper elevation, right? But when you're down to sea level, it's so much easier to run. It's so much easier to breathe, right? Breathing is key, especially on your morning routines, fam. If you don't have a morning routine, I highly suggest you incorporate meditation in your routine. That is, it helps your breathing patterns. Your breath is everything, obviously. This is how we live. This is how we do hard things, right? We go out, we do the things we need to do, but we also do the hard things. Comes back to our breathing, right? And being patient with ourselves and our breath, right? So thank you so much for being here, fam. If you have not yet done it, like, repost, tag a few more friends. This is our only Shill and Chill space by Crypto Fam Radio. Big shout out to all of our giveaway sponsors today, which is going to be coins from the DigiJoin community. Big shout out to Coins. I'll have to put them up in the title here in a second. And also Text, brought to you by Text RP, the private communication platform built on the XRP blockchain. We'll get more into both those communities a little bit later, fam. But yes, today has been crazy. I have just been going back and forth, trying to do all the things, trying to catch up. I don't know about you, Jen, but I feel so overwhelmed after every crypto event. And I don't know what it is. Maybe all the follow-up calls I have to do, all the rescheduling, just all the content, right, that I have created over the past week, just going through all that content. Like I tried to do it on the fly during the event, but like it's so difficult to, spend your time calling through all the content, curating it, editing it, publishing it, and then going out and getting more content, right? Like I had to delete so many videos off my phone just so I had more room for content. I need a bigger phone storage, obviously, fam, but I'm very, very excited to be here. Let's introduce my co-host here. I have another co-host somewhere. I don't know where she went. Maybe she had bad Wi-Fi, but she'll come back. Jen, how's it going, fam? GM, happy Caturday. How are you today?
Saturday. I'm so excited for you to go to Eat Denver. I know that you had an amazing time, and you're right. It is so hard to get everything that you need to do done when you get back, because there is so much content. And you're so excited and like hyped for what you want to do, and then it's like finding the time to do that when real responsibilities come in. It's pretty hard. So hats off to you for getting all those TikTok videos out. I enjoyed them.
Aw, thank you, fam. Absolutely loved you watching them, giving me some feedback. I know you've been grinding on your TikTok recently, Jen. How has the whole TikTok adventures been going on for you?
It's been really fun. Like I've been on TikTok for, since 2022, I guess, doing crypto. But, here recently I've seen so many new crypto accounts and meeting just amazing people. And you got me started doing lives. So I'm doing those once a week. That's been a lot of fun. And just trying to build my account and get some crypto information out there.
That's incredible, Jen. Yeah, I've been checking out your content as well, and yeah, doing those TikTok daily lives is key. It helps you boosted in the algorithm, more people see your content that you're posting on TikTok, and more people will resonate with what you have to deliver, right? What you're here to share. So definitely love your consistency on that. I keep missing your lives though, so I'm gonna have to definitely be more intentional about showing up and supporting you as always. So definitely appreciate your content though on TikTok, Jen. But I'm glad that you're doing the lives too. And are you doing them daily or weekly?
I'm doing them once a week on Tuesdays at 7 Eastern is when I'm doing them on a series called Lessons from the Trenches, just mistakes that I've made in crypto and trying to educate people so they don't make those same expensive mistakes also. So covering everything from like wallet security to social engineering to just being a nice person. So onboarding in a friendly way. So it's been a lot of fun, and I've really gained some great experience in doing lives. I've been doing spaces for years, but it's different, watching yourself on camera and then editing those videos. It's a whole different ball game, but it's been a great experience. So thank you for introducing me to them and helping me get my confidence to actually go live.
Yes, fam. Yes, Jen. Of course. And you know what? We should definitely talk later. I'd love to, like, I think I told you as well, I want to reboot my TikTok lives. I was doing them for a very long, well, not a very long time, a month. I was doing it for about a month before I got this account back, Crypto Fam Radio, because I had to pivot, So I'd lost all my sponsors. I'd lost the account, it was hacked, blah blah blah. I don't want to go into that. Everyone's been hearing that story over and over again. But like I had to go to TikTok, right? And I was grinding on that account for about a month, and I got it from basically 0 followers to almost 2K followers. If you check right now, I think it's sitting around 1970, 75. It's like literally almost there, Jen. And that's all because of doing the daily lives, like every single day, showing up at the same time. People see you. And yeah, it is nerve wracking, and you do get anxiety driven when you're first doing your lives, right? Because you're on camera, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do with your hands, right? Like, what do I do with my hands? Like, I don't know. And it's like, and I think I told you this advice too, Jen. It's all about, just focusing on the chats, right? Focusing on the people that come into the room, getting to know the people that want to get to know you, asking questions, right? I think we do not ask enough questions, and we need to be doing that more. Like, where are you from? Like, how are you today? Happy Wednesday. It's just, and then just riffing off of that and inviting them to ask you questions as well. And it's also, and here's another tip, Jen, which I forgot to mention before, having like these little 4x5 little cards, like these white cards, and writing really some prompts to yourself, or I would say questions to yourself, in case you stumble or fall. Of like, if you have topics already, just write those down and then answer them like you're asking yourself basically the question, if that makes sense. But that's what
great advice. That is,
yeah.
Pieces of advice I just picked up from what you're saying. I definitely don't do that enough, asking questions. I answer the questions that come up, but that would be great. Some more conversation back and forth with asking. And I have like an outline, but I don't include questions on that. So yeah, I'm going to take those with me. Thank you.
Yes, Jen, that's what we're here for. Here to support each other, here to ask better questions, right? As far as much as you guys know, my background's in journalism and PR, so I ask a lot of questions, especially during ETH Denver. I was at the podcast lounge for most of that event, and I was just getting guests on the podcast and asking them questions about their life stories. For those of you who don't know, I just launched a new podcast called 111 Podcast on YouTube at Crypto Fam Radio. Definitely check it out. I have episode 1 and 2 already published on at Crypto Fam Radio. You can find that on our YouTube, which is linked in our bio on the website, which is posted up on the Jumbotron, cryptofam.net. That's right, fam. I built this website by myself. I'm very proud of it. And it has the YouTube link that you can go and listen and actually see, you can watch the podcast, right? So I had the pleasure of documenting or recording, I should say, 3 different guests during the Denver event. Big shout out to Vita TV. He was my first guest on the podcast at Denver. My second guest was Aussie Nasi from the XRP TXRP community. Big shout out to him. And my third guest was Jenna X. If you guys know Jenna X, she's from the XRP community as well. So I got to record 3 different sessions. I haven't even started editing those yet, Jen. I feel so bad because, like I mentioned to you before, I was literally like doing this day in the life of Do every single day, trying to edit it, trying to publish it, like right after another. And you know what? What made me really sad, and just so you guys know, if you guys are doing any type of video editing, which you should be doing as a content creator, because that's all people are watching now, videos. People don't care about your photos. People care about videos, right? So make sure you're doing videos every single day to spur people to take action on your content. I'm going to be giving you guys so much marketing advice during this whole Caturday space. I am pumped. I am jammed. But on top of that, I use CapCut for all my video editing. But CapCut decided to freeze up on me today. I was editing the last day of Eat Denver, Jen. The last day. I was trying to publish it on TikTok before this Caturday event. But you know what? As soon as I hit export, the CapCut crashed on me. And I was like, no, why does this have to crash? And you know what? I tried to reboot it. I updated it. I cleared my cache. I cleared my storage. I tried to do it again, Jen. And guess what? CapCut kept crashing on me. So I'm like, no.
I know that feeling. You know, when TikTok went down last year, I went with it. And I was like, what am I going to do now? I researched some other sites. Never none as good as CapCut.
Exactly. So I really like CapCut. It's absolutely free. You can have it. There's a desktop version. There's a mobile version. They connect to each other. Like, it's super cool. I love CapCut, but I'm like, I don't like it when it crashes. So I'm going to have to do something. I really want to get the last day of Eat Denver out before the end of today. I'm just going to have to figure out something after this space. But, you know, it is what it is. But on top of that, I have all the content from the podcast I have to edit. And then I have all the follow-up calls from all these amazing people that I met at the conference and at all the side events, Jen. And I think that's the most important part about these conferences, the side events, because you get to really talk to people, really be intentional, really make those relationships, get their TGs, get their X's, get that selfie. So you know that's the person you talk to. So after you're doing your follow-ups, you have that screenshot, you have that picture of you and that person. You're like, oh, I do remember you now, right? I remember you. This is the alpha, fam. This is the alpha. So everyone should be taking notes. The next crypto event that you go to and you're starting to network with people, this is how you do it. And a big question for you, Jen. Since I know you didn't go to this Eat Denver conference, I'm not giving you FOMO, am I? Hopefully I'm not giving you FOMO. But the next... The next conference, Bitcoin Vegas and XRP Vegas, are you going to be at any of those the end of April?
No, I did go to Bitcoin Vegas last year and Nashville the year before, and they were amazing. Like, I had so much fun and just learned so much. But I'm just kind of laying low for a little while this year. I think my next conference will be ETH Miami in November, and then probably Art Basel, and that's all I'll do this year. I kind of went crazy last year and like a whole bunch of them, and it gets expensive after a while. But I got so much out of the conferences, and like you were saying, I barely have time to call home when I'm there. There's just so much going on. You're meeting so many people, and you're going to all these fun events and staying out late and getting up early, and it's just hard. It's really hard. So I respect you for getting out the ones that you did so far. Did you have the best time ever?
I did, fam. I had the best time ever. And I tell everyone, if they didn't go to Eat Denver, they definitely missed out. And they should go to the next crypto event, which, like I said, I think it's consensus in Miami. That's earlier in April, I'm pretty sure, or mid-April. And then there's the Bitcoin Vegas, end of April, and then XRP Vegas, which is a few days after the Bitcoin Vegas event. In Vegas. So I'm very...
Are you going to Bitcoin Vegas?
Yes, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Wow.
I'm gonna go both because they're right next to each other. Like, that's literally a few days before XRP Vegas on April 30th, May 1st. So
yes, you gotta go. And while you do a little side stand trip and take a helicopter ride to the Grand Canyon. Amazing.
Yes, just imagine the content, right? I gotta get that. That's sick. Yes, I will totally do that. Also, I met some amazing Bitcoiners at the Eat Denver conference too that I'm going to be connected with at Vegas as well. They're based there. We're going to do a bunch of cool side events. And it was so funny, Jen. They were like, literally, don't pay for the conferences. Like, you just totally get in for free. Or you don't even go to the conferences. Just go to the side events. Those are way better anyway. And I was just laughing at myself, Jen.
Yes. That's what it's all about. That's why I love Art Basel so much, because I don't even go to the conference at all. It's just the side events is so much fun. You'll get so much more out of that as far as networking than you will at a stuffy conference, you know.
I know, right? So I feel like we're playing reverse right now, Jen, since you went to all the conferences last year, and I only went to like two. I only went to the Futurist, and then I went to Art Basel, and that was it, you know. And this year I've been like, all right, every few months I'm gonna hit up a different conference. Every few months I'm gonna connect with people because that's how much I want it, right? That's how much I want to connect and partner and give value. Your network is your net worth, right? And meeting so many people IRL, it really changes your perspective on life, of crypto in general, and like sharing your story, right? Because people want to hear what you're building. People want to see you as well. You know, your doc self, you're the person behind the PFP. I was actually in a great space before this, Jen. It was the Liz's space, the DGens, and they were, and that was their whole topic of the day. It was like, you know, who is behind the PFP? Basically, tell us your story. We want to know who you are, kind of deal. And I'm like, in a lot of ways, we do that with, you know, this space. At the same time, we're chilling and chilling. You're telling us about your project, which is great, but it's like, you know, I want to know a deeper level than that. So maybe to the audience down there, appreciate everyone showing up, but like share with us a little bit about you as well. Like we absolutely love the projects that you're building, but we want to hear from you because that's what makes your project great, right? It's not about the project, it's about the people behind the project. So definitely consider that, fam, when you're coming up and when you're showing your projects for 5 minutes, when me and Jen are asking you follow-up questions. This is what we want to hear. This is what really matters to people who actually want to invest in what you have, the utility with your project, right? The value that you are giving to your community. This is what we want to hear. So thank you so much for being here, fam. I'm going to bring up a few other people here as we get set up and as we're about to start our Chill and Show giveaway sponsors. Look up on the Jumbotron, fam. Giving away some coins and text. All you have to do is join Network Solutions Room on my bio, on my website, cryptofam.net. There's a tab there, and you can automatically sign into the room as long as you have a Zaman wallet. That is the only caveat, right? So make sure it's absolutely free. Download the Zaman wallet, and you automatically connect to the TexRP website, texrp.io. If you don't know what TexRP is about, it is a private messaging platform built on the XRP blockchain. It has nothing to do with crypto whatsoever. It has everything to do with private communication. We care about our privacy, our security. There's no data mining involved, no KYC. It's a peer-to-peer. You're connecting your wallet to the website, to the platform, and you automatically you can do a lot of things. First, as soon as you enter into my room, you're going to be given 1,000,000 text. If you have not received that 1,000,000 text left, definitely hit me up in the DMs. If you have any trouble signing in through your Zaman wallet, hit me up in the DMs later as well, and I will help you walk you through the process. TexRP is still in beta. It is not fully live yet. They do not have a mobile version yet. It's better on the PC, but as soon as you get to sign in through your Zaman wallet, you will be given that text reward, and I'll even throw you some coins as well, since we love the coins community. Brought to you by DigiJoins. Big shout out to DigiJoins, one of my mentors over here, an epic space host. He's been running his spaces every day for the last almost, I think, 3.5, almost 4 years now. He's running one of the longest running X spaces in the morning. So big shout out to the DigiJoins community, and also a big shout out to TexRP, who is one of our sponsors at Denver. That's right, fam. I was able to get partially sponsored. Still had to pay for my flights, but you know what? It was totally worth it, Jen. Like, I would have paid the whole thing if I could, but I was glad that I had at least one sponsor to help me out with just some of the travel costs, because we know how expensive some of these events can be, Jen. And on top of that, Denver was absolutely free. So the ticket was free. Being part of the creators program was free. But at the end of the day, you know, being there, that was what was most important to me. You know, I had to make those connections, and I tried to talk to as many people as possible. But like I said, we had over 10,000 people that came to the event alone, and it's hard to capture everyone, right? But But if I'm like Driven Labs, big shout out to Rex, you know, and I had a big red Ferrari right when you walk in. Man, that guy, he had it made. He literally talked to everyone, right? Because I was like, wow, way to attract your customer, right? I need a red Ferrari, Jen. Would you? Right?
Yeah. You're right. Like meeting people in person and just making eye contact and realizing that they're there to stay for the long run. This just makes such a difference in the relationship. You guys, you can have just a different level of contact and trust.
Exactly. Credibility is huge, Jen. You're absolutely right. And having fancy red Ferraris are key too for that law of attraction. But yeah, big shout out to Rex with Driven Labs. I actually had the pleasure of interviewing him at the conference as well. He's part of my series, The Day in the Life of Do, on TikTok. If you guys haven't checked out our TikTok yet, please do. Crypto Fam Radio. And get a little more insight on what you missed at Eat Denver. Anyway, without further ado, let's introduce some of our speakers up here. We have Flair waiting patiently. How's it going, Flair? Happy Caturday. What's good, fam? If he's still there, let me see. I gotta give him this. All right, Flair. All right, I think your mic's rugging. It's all right, fam. We'll bring you back down and back up. It happens. Space has been spacing lately. We're gonna throw the mic to Alicia, see how she's going. Alicia, how's it going? Good, fam. Happy Caturday. How are you?
Happy Caturday, y'all.
What have you been building, Alicia? Share with us. What's been going on?
Something I found out today, which is pretty interesting. In my Phantom wallet, I sold a couple of tokens that I have into Solana. I'm like, wait, I had no idea you could do this. Like, they're so weird to me for a sec. But, anywho, we're going to be dropping our Cardinals collection for Snout Zoo next month. I don't have a mint date yet, but we're also going to be selling calendars for $20, fam. And I'm also a space moderator for Snout Zoo and Snout Bears, for those of you that don't know me. And, yeah, not much I can give for updates at the moment. We're down to 336 wolves left, as far as I know. And as of February 20th, we've raised about $500 for the wolves. But, yeah.
That's awesome, Alicia.
So
can you share with us a little bit about the Snout Bear community, how it got started?
Yeah, sure. So we started as a CTO project, which was rubbed in, I believe, 2024. I can also read it from the Discord here. So we got to start humbly on OpenSea by a 22-year-old named Daniel, who was the old founder. It was February 2024 and a free mint to all. Originally, there were 220 holders to the 8K collection, so a lot of whales from a free mint. A team was developed and we promoted the Snout Bear family up to 440 holders by April of that year. Shortly thereafter, the old owner ghosted the community and took funds from the account in the tune of 1,500 Matic, at the time was around $1,200 US. We saw that he or they sent the funds to a Coinbase account and drained all the funds from the secondary sales. So we, as a collective, kept asking for the contract and finally received it on around the first week of July of 2024. And then we made the changes necessary to continue on as a true community. Our major reason for wanting control of the contract is so that we could, as a community, decide where the funds were being donated to and not to one person. As of today, we've gifted over 3,000 polygons to autism research and individuals. Our mission is to simply raise autism awareness, acceptance, and education by utilizing our NFT as a banner for autism and all who stand with us. For example, I'm also on the spectrum myself, so I know the logistics of this a little bit. And we're on a mission to change the narrative of the NFT space by demonstrating how a generous community and guidance by team can donate funds to autism and those affected with autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. Our future, we've already minted out as a free mint, is now Penguins was the next collection with only 3,030 in the collection, which you can find on Magic Eden. We've started this now Zoo, which will allow us to use the mint funds for the future donations to 3 of the foundations near and dear to our community's heart. And 90% of the funds go towards the foundations, and the rest go towards our community and the artists. And we usually sell them for $5 on the Polygon blockchain. And yeah, usually 444 in our collections. So yeah, that's about this Now Zoo project. You can find me anywhere as well.
Thank you so much, Alicia. I do have a few follow-up questions for you, but I want to throw the mic to my co-host, Jen, to see if she has any questions. Jen?
Hey, Alicia, just wanted to say your project sounds cool, and I've been part of a community takeover before, and it's kind of challenging, isn't it? I wanted to hear what your thoughts were on kind of challenges you are taking over someone else's project.
So, in my perspective, well, I'm not really co-founder because I joined the team a month ago, and I personally think it's a big responsibility for me to help moderate the spaces and co-host them, knowing what to talk about, giving updates. I feel like I want to do the best that I can for this project, if you get what I mean. It's a big responsibility what I was given from the founder to help co-host the spaces. And our founder, Bar, you never really hear him speak in spaces because he is nonverbal, but he does communicate through messaging on Discord, and he does, comment on the spaces, do the emojis to signal what he needs you to do. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
But yeah, honestly, my perspective, I feel like it's a huge responsibility for me again about this. For me to help moderate on the spaces. I'm pretty sure Jen rubbed.
Oh, she did. Don't worry, Alicia. I'm still here. Don't worry, Alicia.
No worries.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
I got for a second there.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Well, it just definitely shows your passion, and you guys love your love for your project to do something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So hats off to you.
Thank you, Jen.
Love that. Alicia, I had a follow-up question as well. I wanted to ask you, how long have you been space hosting as a co-host with them, and what have you learned through communicating with your community?
I've been doing co-hosting since I think about 2 weeks or so on spaces for them. February 18th was the first space I hosted for them, but I think it was around the end of January that I first started on the team at most. But what I learned from this is that it takes a long time to get used to being able to speak on spaces publicly without being so nervous, because I've done it so many times throughout my past 2 years of being in Web3, and it's important for me when I'm talking about the updates and reading off the agenda to take a breath and let the co-host speak. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, Alicia. It does. It takes a lot of practice. I've learned that as well.
Yeah.
And I think everyone has, when you think about it, when you're up in spaces. And this is a public space. Anyone can hear you, right? And somewhere in the back of your head, you have this almost anxiety in your head of like, oh my gosh, what if I say something I'm not supposed to say? Or what if I mess up? Or what if I run my words, right? But
when we're doing recorded spaces, usually the Scout spaces are recorded, but I always try to my best not to, stutter or go too fast. You know what I mean? Stumble over my words.
I know. Me too, Alicia. I'm always trying to be cognizant about that. But I appreciate you for throwing up your hand. You're always one of the first ones on our Caturday space or any of our space at Crypto Fam Radio. So I really appreciate your support. And keep sharing the story of your project, of what you're doing, because it is so important. So thank you for being that voice.
When I talk about the project on other people's spaces as well, it makes the founder proud of me. Especially when he's listening in. He always pings me in the Discord and says, proud of you, kiddo. Keep up the good work. You know? Yeah. I'm
proud of you, Alicia. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. So make sure everyone's following Alicia with the Snout Bears fam. Definitely check out that project on Polygon. Only $5 for their NFTs. And it is a huge support within their community trying to mint out those NFTs.
Stay tuned for when we're going to drop the mint for the Cardinals. Our artist for March is Connie, founder of Any NFT and Nala NFT. I'll keep you guys posted about that. Also, in the bio of the Snout Bears account, you can find the Discord for them. And their user is in my bio. Go check it out.
Thank you so much, Alicia.
We do spaces every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. Anything else you want to add, Alicia, before we go to the next speaker? All right. You sure? Okay. Awesome. You're amazing. Thank you. Give it up for Alicia, everyone. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to move on to our next speaker. Appreciate you, Alicia. And she's already vanished just like that. That's amazing. We're going to throw the mic over to, I think it was Will next. Will, how is it going, fam? Happy Caturday. What's good? Oh, man. Damn.
Commute in other community spaces, but who am I as a person? I don't know that a lot of people know who I am as a person. So I will say I'm a middle-aged male with 7 grandchildren. I'm a 15-year self-taught home chef, and I took a leap of faith in 2020 to retire from corporate American environment after a 26-year business career. Become an entrepreneur based on the advice of my mentor, and research blockchain technology. So,
absolutely love that. Well, thank you so much. I was just rugging a little earlier. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay.
You're good.
Okay, perfect. Oh, there we go. So, Will, I absolutely love. I kind of missed that first part. You were introducing yourself. But I think I kind of know you well enough since we met in person during Denver. So big shout out to Will. I know. We finally met. That was cool at the bass event. I think the bass mixer we had going on with Rachel, right? I think her name's Rachel. I don't know. I met so many people.
Yeah, the on-chain mixer.
On-chain. That's right. Her name is Rachel. She looks like a Rachel. Anyway, from that interaction, we were able to cook it up in the TG. And now you're going to be on the podcast, 111. I'm going to record you next week sometime. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited. One thing leads to another. And you've got a great story, Will. You really do. And I'd love for you to shed a little more light about your project, how it got started. Just a little bit more about how you help people in crypto and how you solve problems. You kind of sound a little distant. Maybe bump it up a notch. Yeah, you sounded better earlier, from being real honest. All these earbuds, let me tell you.
I know, I got 2 cents. How's that?
Yes, much better. Go for it, fam.
Oh,
The floor is yours.
okay, cool. So what has transpired in the last 6 years since I came into the blockchain ecosystem? Originally, I was a researcher. 7 months later, I joined a community. That community changed my entire perspective on the space. We launched our own NFT, generative NFT collection. We formed as a DAO, and then I wanted to spread my wings to see what else was out there. It was on that journey of spreading my wings that I learned what it took to be a content creator, and all the different assets that right, that you need to set up towards monetization. I started my own space effort, which is now over 4 years running, called Kingfisher's Corner. About 6 months into that journey, I started becoming an education maxi because the connectivity I had in the network was very much educationally aligned. And I learned very quickly about the systemic issues in the educational system, traditional education system. Knowing what I know about blockchain technology and the capabilities of it, I felt that in this ecosystem we could do better. So through that effort, we started in Spaces, using Spaces as like our ideation creation platform. We started ideating and creating like what that could look like long term. 8 months after that, we went into our original launch, Kingfisher's Media, which is now KF Media. You see that in the listening audience. KF Media, as a company, is a for-profit company. But with that being said, we formed a community around it, right? And as you guys know in this space, community is everything. Shout out to all the amazing people that I've joined to in various communities in this ecosystem. It's such a beautiful experience. So doing that, we started creating a model to where education can become regenerative itself, not just focused necessarily on regenerative practices or organizations, but where the education itself becomes regenerative, meaning it can propagate naturally through organic systems of human network connectivity, decentralized and equitable. And so fast forward to today, we have an active learning center with course curriculum in it, focused on emerging tech and life skills training. We have 2 programs to support future learners who haven't tapped in yet to Web3 in developing countries. And then we have a independent content creator program where we give them another pathway to monetize their content outside of the whole social media construct.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing, Will. Thank you so much for sharing and being very clear about what you do and why you do it and how you help people. I'm going to throw the mic over to Jen, see if she has any questions for you before I ask mine.
I'll defer to questions for you, but I wanted to know, since I've been at 2 events that Crypto Fam Radio has been at, and we have yet to meet, I don't know how this happened, but I want to know what he's like in person and how you guys felt about your networking experience.
So you were asking me my opinion of Crypto Fam of Mountain Dew? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Is he like what he is in real life?
I mean, in real life, high octane energy and just, being very intentional with the people he connects with. I don't know how that's any different than this virtual space, but no disrespect, Crypto Fam, but when I first met you, have you ever watched Sex and the City?
No, I haven't, but tell me more.
Oh, okay. So the character from that show that you remind me of is Anthony, which is the main character's best friend.
I love that. Oh, that was one of my favorite shows back in the day. So I get exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I mean, that was just my first gut intuition. Like, oh, this guy's a lot like this character from the show that I'm a big fan of, and the movies and then the iterations from there. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, he's high octane energy. He's very intentional about the people he talks to, and yeah, I mean, we sat down on a one-on-one to schedule the time to see if I was a good fit for the podcast. And at the end of the day, I guess we came to the conclusion that I am. And, you know, it's been very good connecting with Crypto Fam Radio.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. And, you know, they sound a little alike as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, Jen. Way to put me on the spot. Seriously, you know, that's a great reference, Will. I've been told that I also look like the character from Schitt's Creek, the son of the whole family. If you guys seen Schitt's Creek, it's a great comedy on Netflix, or I think it used to be on Netflix. But anyway, yes, you know, if I'm the best friend of the main star, whatever, Jen is definitely the main star, right? Sarah Jessica Parker. So definitely, Jen, you definitely take that. And definitely see us going far. And I always tell people too, well, I'm way better IRL, right? Way better IRL. And everyone should be better IRL because you actually get to see that person. You're just not staring at their PFP all day long. So I'm just very grateful for the opportunity to meet you, Will. And yeah, I almost didn't recognize you at first as well. Like I was just kind of like blown away. I was meeting so many people at that mixer. And then I was like, oh, that's right. The voice. Right? It's always the voice that I recognize.
Yeah. You know, that's interesting you say that because the first blockchain event I walked into was with the community who decided to host this blockchain event. And as soon as I walked in the room and I opened up my mouth and people were like, it's you, you're him, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. So true.
Yeah, you get that 1 second of dopamine rush, right? When they recognize you. I love that. I love that. But yes, well, the question I had for you is has nothing to do with your project, has more to do with Mexico since you're there currently. How is the weather? How is everything in Mexico? I'm very jealous that you're in Mexico. Actually, I've never been before. People keep telling me I should go. Is it safe? Can you just shed some light about Mexico real quick? Thank you.
Yeah, well, as you know, Mexico is a very large country. I think it's actually bigger in square area than the United States. So it's very vast, right? So everything you guys have seen on the news about what's been happening with the Mexican cartel leader and his assassination by the Mexican government, basically the federales, and which is basically their military. And then all the response to that, right? That's completely on the other side of the country where I'm at. So that's more on the Pacific side. That's around Guadalajara, which is like, I think it's the second largest city in Mexico, and Puerto Vallarta, which you guys are probably familiar with that travel destination. So a lot of that's over there. Where I'm at, I'm in Monterrey. So by plane, I'm about an hour and a half north of Mexico City, 8 hours by drive time. But it's very calm, it's very serene here. I'm in an area of Monterrey that's like the main hub and intersection of connectivity to the city as far as their highway system. But I'm kind of off the main drag into a local neighborhood. And, you know, it's been good. I haven't seen any evidence of anything that's been reported on the news here on this side of the country. So it's good. The food is great, quality produce. I was able to place some grocery orders so I can cook in my apartment. It is a stereo apartment all to myself. And I did learn yesterday that Mexico actually does not or has outlawed GMO foods. So any foods that are genetically modified organisms are not allowed in the country. They're not allowed to grow them in that fashion. So I know I'm getting like whole foods coming from the earth, right? They come straight from the ground. They come straight from the trees, which is really good and refreshing to have. So I'm eating better, I think. Here. Hopefully that answers all your questions.
It does, but I think Jen has one more for you, Jen.
I just wanted to ask about the project and your experience with it. In any ways, you know, I guess, have you had to pivot during this bear market? I don't think any of us expected to be in this market at this point. But
no, that's a great question. And so through our life cycle, we've been building this educational focus for almost 3 years now. Matter of fact, in May 13th will be the 3-year anniversary of the launch, right? At KF Media. No, we don't pivot because we know what we're building, and we know what we're building for the long term, and we know we're building for long-term value. Now, what we have done, though, and this is where the community influence comes into it, and I don't know many Web2 traditional businesses that operate in this fashion, is that we've used our community as our sounding board to create feedback loops to say, hey, if we're going to incubate this program, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's a good idea? Do you not like it? We've used our community as a sounding board for logo design. We've used our community as a sounding board for like things we're doing, like collaborations we have, partnerships that we're entertaining, things like that. So the community, even though we don't have a specific governance structure set up for this, has been very receptive and very responsible for the majority of the programs that we have, right? I'm just the founder, I'm the idea guy, I would say. I come up with the ideas, but then we got to figure out all the mechanics of how these programs are going to work, right? I would say also our flagship program, which is a form of learn to earn, but we branded it. We've been intentional about the tokens we put it in as a rewards mechanism. And there's some science and psychology behind it because, the rewards we give are altruistic in nature. And people are coming to us to learn something new, whether it's blockchain basics, whether it's about decentralized finance, because they haven't been in this space that long, whether it's how to cook healthy or simply whether it's emotional intelligence, whether it's coming soon financial literacy, whatever it is, right, that we have to offer. When they learn something new, there's an immediate release of dopamine. Sorry if I'm taking too long, and I'll wrap this up here in about 30 seconds, let my plan. When there's learn something new, release of dopamine. When they're participating willingly in altruistic efforts, immediate release of acetylcholine. That combined effect of dopamine and acetylcholine is one of the most profound euphoric responses found in humans in the brain.
I love it. Well, kudos to you for increasing education in this space. It's something that's very much needed, and I don't think enough people out there are doing it, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Will. I really appreciate your time, you explaining that. I'm very excited for our interview with 111. I have so much to learn, and I think everyone needs to be lifelong learners, right? This is why we're here on this earth, to educate ourselves. This is why we're in crypto, a lot of us, right? So absolutely love that, Will. Thank you so much for sharing. And go follow Will, everyone, if you haven't yet. An amazing speaker, communicator, founder, and definitely friend, fam. So thank you, Will, for being here. Appreciate you, fam. And I'm going to throw the mic to our next speaker. He's been waiting very patiently. Doji.base.eth. How's it going, Doji? Also at eDenver. Too bad we couldn't meet, though. I don't know. We probably rubbed shoulders at some point. We were doing so many things all at once. There's a lot of people I didn't get a chance to meet. But Doji was also at eDenver. How's your day going? Happy Caturday, by the way. Love the PFP. What's good, fam?
What's good? Happy Caturday. It's a pleasure. Will, it's always a pleasure speaking. I actually met Will at the Blunt Down after party, and he is a true friend, I must say. We walked to his car to get a charger that he offered me because my phone was dying. So that's some real Chad shit, if you ask me. But I'm just chilling, man. I'm not trying to shill or do anything like that. Just trying to relax, enjoy my Saturday. I'm trying to make up for some hours right now driving to work. I kind of had an extended trip in Denver, so now I got to make up some hours on the weekend so I get some monies to fill up the liquidity in crypto. But man, just vibing out here. Also, to go back to what Alicia said earlier, right? Like it is really easy to get nervous in a space like this. Sometimes it feels high pressure, but we do need to remember, we're all building towards like the same goal. We're all friends. We all have the same ideals. We just got to remind each other that we're here to support and build something that's real for the future. Shout out to Tree Gens. Shout out to all the homies out there. Shout out to that little alien PFP. I was actually checking you guys out the other day. Hit me up if you want to learn more. But other than that, guys, have a happy Saturday. I'll be chilling around trying to boost the algos for us. And let's get it.
Awesome, Doji. Doji, you gotta talk about Cat Town Ways. You gotta talk about your Cat PFP. It's Caturday. I'm not going to let you get away that easily, Doji. So share with me a little bit about your PFP, why it means so much to you, and even about home on base, all right? Like, come on, fam. You got to share this. This is alpha. Come on.
All right. Okay, guys. So the PFP is not just some little pixelated picture. It's a little bit more than that. So it's actually the start to my creator journey. I discovered Cat Town at a very early stage before it became an actual game where you can move around and interact with things. So I took on the role of, I'm going to make this my PFP and I'm going to stand behind it until it becomes the most successful GameFi project on base. So I saw a lot of value and I was like, all right, cool. So what the PFP does, it captures a character where you can put it to the game if you're a PFP holder. I hold several NFTs of this here. So yeah, I have a few different cats. You can dress them, build them to your liking. They have different like clothing that you can purchase in a store. Those clothings are NFTs as well. You can't change your original NFT, but you can change the look in the game. They have cool events such as fishing. They're planning more events in the future updates that I can't get into. But yeah, you can do the fishing competition. The leaders on the fishing board get a portion of the kibble that is paid through like fishing the different type of fish in the game. They also have a gotcha machine. You can win. You can spin and win collectibles. Pretty much, there's a lot of gamble like / GameFi aspects to the game. But if you really want to support Cat Town, your best bet is buying their native currency kibble. And then you can actually earn by supporting Cat Town and buying kibble by staking it in the bank within the game. And you get weekly rewards from the emissions from all like the different events that happen, like fishing and gotcha and things of whatnot. So yeah, it's a really dope game. And then I have my project called Home on Base. Home on Base is like a Stockholm Syndrome meme coin. Basically, personifying the fact that we're all stuck and like caught up in crypto, no matter what it is. I don't know if you've been through several cycles or several chains, but there's a reason why you showed up every day. It's because you made this your home and you have no other option at this point. So welcome home, everybody. And yeah, that's pretty much the show, guys.
I love that. That's awesome. Hey, look, you guys are giving me such FOMO about East Denver. Dang it, I'm wishing I had gone now.
Oh, sorry, Jen. I made so many friends. Like Doji as well. But I didn't even meet Doji. It was like you, Jen, when I was at Art Basel and Futurist and we were both there and we both didn't meet. That was like me and Doji at East Denver, right? So don't feel too bad. But Doji, absolutely love your project. Love that you're building on base. Question I got for you, fam. This Cat Town, how easy is it to onboard someone to Cat Town so they can as well become a pixelated cat?
It's as easy as going into your URL up top if you're on your desktop, or go to your browser on your phone, Android, Safari, whatever it is, tapping in cat.town and getting set up today.
Too easy. I'm gonna do that later today, though, Doji, and I'm gonna hit you back. All right, I'm serious. I love cats, so
yeah,
we gotta cook.
Sounds like a plan. If you want to borrow NFT to be a little swaggy in there, hit me up. I got you.
Awesome, fam. Let's go. Jen's got a question. Throw the mic into Jen.
I just want to know what your experience was with building on base. Have you had a lot of support? Have you had some good growth and interest?
Yeah, so I mean, I strategically built and tried to find like really wholesome people in the space and connect with them based on like ideals and stuff like that. So there is a lot of support on base. It's just like a big flywheel of support. So I've had a lot of fun. Some people kind of like segregate themselves into like certain niches and they don't really reach out to other people as much. So I would recommend, if you're building and you want to build on base, meet the community, join up on these spaces, check out the different type of personalities, see what fits with you. I mean, personally, with my project Home, I like to kind of find people that respective homes on base, right? So if you're like really into car culture, I'd point you towards like Driven Labo. They have a big community full of car culture. If you're an environmentalist, I'd point you towards Tree Gens. If you're a gamer, I'd point you towards like Weeping Plebs or Cat Town. there's so many different like areas in base where everybody can grow and bolster themselves in their creator journeys. So that's so a simple answer. I think it's really great building on base, and there's so many connections you can make, and everybody's really supportive.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I played around a little before, but that's back in a space, so I'm gonna check it out.
Definitely, fam. Thank you so much for that question, Jen. I just want to introduce our other co-host, Aussie Nasi, to the speaker panel here and see if he had any questions for Doji as well. Aussie Nasi, thank you so much for joining us. Happy Caturday. How's it going, fam?
Hello. Hey, you. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for having this space. Learning a lot. I honestly still have FOMO about Eat Denver. I'm still off that high. I'm still, reconnecting and making sure I follow up. That's important because don't want to, let that time be wasted. Other than that, man, I see that there's a big community on Ethereum base. You guys are definitely active, and I see that you guys definitely support creators. So I'm here learning and happy to engage. So thank you.
Awesome, fam. Yes, and I do want to remind everyone, Crypto Fam Radio, we are starting to host base community spaces every Thursday at 1 p.m. EST. So definitely check it out on my profile, pinned up on the pin post there. You'll see we're going to be doing this every single week on Thursdays, right? So big shout out to my co-host for that space. Could be Doji, could be Driven Labs, could be D-Bros, could be any of the base community members, but all in all, I've just absolutely have been loving base since last summer, since D-Bros. Big shout out to Decentral Bros for sponsoring my first marathon and Pikes Peak Marathon last summer, and that was basically the catalyst for Crypto Fam Radio's vision of getting sponsored for these upcoming races. And nice segue up on the Jumbotron, fam. If you haven't seen yet, I am doing another marathon. That's right, in Las Vegas. I know it's going to be hot, but I'm doing it. If you guys would like to support me in my next race, I'll be doing this Sunrise Marathon on May 2nd, basically the day after XRP Vegas, Jen. Can you believe that? I know, I'm crazy, but... I know. It's fine. I did an ultra last December, so a marathon's nothing, Jen. Don't worry. I'll train for it. If you guys want to support me in that endeavor, definitely hit me up in the DMs as well. I am running a sponsorship special for the month of February, last day before that special is over. And so big shout out to my past sponsors, Decentral Bros and Snowy, for supporting me and sponsoring me on the last two races I did. I did a 50K last December, which is 31.2 miles, if you guys didn't know that, down in Tallahassee, Florida. And then a few months before that, D-Bros sponsored me on the Pikes Peak Marathon in Colorado, highest point in the U.S., fam. Elevation over 14,000 feet. First time ever doing it. I trained my ass off for that. Spent almost 3 months elevation training up in the mountains with my cat Stella. Man, that was an adventure last summer, fam. That was an adventure. But big shout out to everyone who touches grass, who gets out there, who works out, who is active. Remember, active is attractive, right, fam? So big shout out to everyone in this space. And before I throw the mic to our next speaker, I just want to shout out everyone here that has been supporting me since day one, and I'm just really grateful, very blessed to continue to do this. This is my full-time job. I am full-time Web3, and I am just over and beyond excited that Denver was such a success for me and Aussie Nasi, who joined us last week as well, and no FOMO on that count, even though he did leave a day early. He's been in a lot of my TikTok videos, so you can see Aussie Nasi, and he's quite the personality as well. And so I just wanted to make sure everyone is following the host and the co-host. And we are doing a giveaway up there on the Jumbotron as well, fam. You can go check it out. All you have to do is join my room on TextRP. If you have any issues, just DM me later. You get that 1 million texts, and I'll even give you some coins as well as a thank you, as long as you follow the rules. Like, repost, comment, tag at least 3 friends, sign up for the newsletter. We have a community newsletter, which is a reflection of our spaces. That's right. Every excerpt in the newsletter is an excerpt of this space, right? I do a Caturday section, a recap. I do a base recap, XRP recap, and then also finally a Astro Crypto Beyond Stars recap, which is thankfully done by Steve Strange. I don't do it all, right? This is a community newsletter. Big shout out to Jen as well from One Love Art DAO. We had the pleasure of meeting her again at Denver. And we're going to be doing weekly spaces with One Love Art DAO very, very soon, as soon as I follow up with her. That's one of my other follow-ups I have to do, Aussie. Oh my gosh, so many follow-ups, fam. But I'm absolutely loving the vibes here. I'm going to throw the mic to Yonda was next, and then I think after Yonda was Spoon, and then Spoon was Coco. So Yonda, thank you so much for your patience. Happy Caturday. What's good, fam?
I do. Hi, Jen, Nasi, and the rest of the speakers and listeners. I am so excited to be here today. And I wanted to talk to you about a couple different projects. First, I'm the founder and CEO of Genius Room, and we are the digital authority for high net worth individuals with AI, and giving access to high net worth individuals through a spotlight. And it's been an incredible journey to work with so many amazing people. And we also spend time just, in the community on X and on LinkedIn, monetized now for the last 8 months and counting. So that's been such a huge goal that has been accomplished. I'm also the CEO of a new company co-founded for Inventory. Now, Inventory is helping people and companies find customers. I wish it was more complex than that, but it's very simple. We help people with credible businesses that are real. It's nothing like being in projects, whether in Web 3 or Web 2, and they turn out to be, not what we're all anticipating them to be. So that's why we have a KYC, which is knowing your customer, but also a KYB, knowing your business. So as a matchmaking service, because that's how I like to look at it, is that we matchmake people and companies so that they find one another. And we do that by having real businesses go through that process. And we like to give time back to the businesses. And how we do that is by requesters, but also service providers. So, you're looking for a plumber to come through. Get it? Anyway, you're looking for a plumber to come through and help you with your plumbing. And where do you go? Like, some people know a plumber here or take, but we simplify it. We're like, hey, here's a plumber, here's their business, here's their EIN, here's who they are. And it really does simplify the process of matchmaking these businesses. So overall, those are my two companies. I'm thankful to be here today, and I'm excited heading to Washington, D.C. soon. So I'll be there tomorrow and Monday. I'll be at the Government Blockchain Association, where there's probably at least 500 people that'll be in the space, and we'll be talking about fraud and scams and how we protect investors with the solutions we come up with for blockchain. So always an honor and pleasure to be on your space, dude. Thank you.
Thank you, Yonda. Oh my gosh, I've not heard you in a minute, Yonda. I missed you. Thank you so much for being here, as always. I'm going to throw the mic to Jen real quick before I ask my question, and Aussie Nasi. Jen, take it away.
Hey, Yonda. How are you?
I'm well, Jen. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you. And Crypto fam, I did meet Yonda. And I think East Miami we met. She's amazing, and I love everything that she's doing. And I just wanted to ask you, do you have some big interviews planned coming up?
As a matter of fact, I do. So the Digital Chamber conference is coming up in Washington, D.C. in a couple weeks. There, I get the opportunity to meet with Wyoming Stablecoin Commission General Manager, Anthony Apollo. So looking forward to that big interview because, as y'all know, they were the first in the United States to come up with a digital stablecoin, stable token, and really set that precedent here in the United States. So I'm enjoying that. Tomorrow, well, Monday, I'll have an opportunity. I'm not quite sure who I'm going to get in front of with the mic, but with all of the government officials that'll be present, from the Ways and Means to the House of Representatives to the senators, I'm sure I'll be doing an impromptu live stream just to bring that and broadcast it here live. I have more in the pipeline, people who have worked, really hard with large organizations that are bringing real solutions to the forefront. I'm hoping that I can see Commissioner Hester Peirce, so I can get her on video. I know she liked her stuff scripted, but if I can catch her impromptu, that'll be an interview as well. So thanks for asking.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And I made, that was actually the second time we met. We met last year at Bitcoin Vegas Crypto Fam. So, there's really amazing networking opportunities in Vegas. And I love all the education you're doing, Yonda. If you guys aren't checking out Yonda's spaces, especially her subscriber spaces, she has some just wonderful educational resources that she is able to present on just effortlessly. So you guys check her out. And thanks, Yonda, for coming up. It's good to see you.
Mm-hmm. Definitely good to see you. Thanks, Jen. Aussie?
Shout out to you, Yonda. I'm always learning. Our circles are getting smaller. I, as well, am part of the GBA. I know Gerard. My goal is to also participate on their BMM. So to get assessed so we can be honestly enterprise ready. So following the steps here.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Aussie, Gerard, and them are him and Catherine, they're so awesome. Yeah. So are you going to be there Monday?
So I'm in Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I'm thinking about joining the membership. I got my blockchain consultant from them. I was one of the first cohort. I was there when they were, they all started from a pub, right? Then George Mason University, next thing Capitol Hill. And it's just my conviction has always been renewed every single time I go to a GBA event. I did go to the gala. So I was there for some of the awards that they were given to their ambassadors. Let's keep in touch for sure.
I was at the gala too. So I came in the gala and I just thoroughly enjoyed it, and then headed over to the conference as well. And it's always a great time. I think it was on tokens and money and legislative. It was a fantastic event, and I met so many incredible people there that I still maintain those relationships with now. And Fayetteville, North Carolina. So my territory was Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina when I was in retail. And then I transitioned to Wilmington, North Carolina, and I ran territories there about just under $1 billion in that neck of the woods. So I know exactly where you are, military town. I love it. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Aussie. See, I knew since you're in the DC area, I knew there was some involvement there with Yonda, and I'm glad that you guys definitely are so connected, right?
Yonda's in Maryland.
Awesome.
I think she's Maryland-based, right?
Mm.
I am in Maryland.
See, I know my sisters. I know where they're located, man. I'm DMV, bro. So I've got my tabs on you. I'm checking in. Looking forward to, man. I just got to connect in DC, man. So trust me, it's been 8 long weeks here in Fayetteville, bro. It's a little bit country for me, man. I definitely miss the metropolitan. But they do say this is up and rising. But to me, it just looks like a big suburbs, man. It's like a big square.
Well, you're right by Angier too, and you're not too far. Like you're in a centralized kind of area, so there's a couple things you can do. And I'm headed actually to an event in the next 30 minutes with Stand with Crypto. So I plan to spend some time with that team, and then Maryland Blockchain Association, and we have a pop-up that's going on for networking because it's Tech Week here in Baltimore. So just getting out there and continuing to shake hands and support others out there. So pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Yonda. And I appreciate you coming up and sharing. Stand with Crypto. I actually talked with those guys at the Eat Denver event. They're really cool. I think we have a follow-up call with them, if I'm not mistaken, Aussie. So yeah, we definitely got to follow up with those guys. They are definitely moving and grooving in the crypto space. But yeah, loved what they were having, what they were serving, and yeah, let's just keep it up. Keep that consistency up, fam. So thank you so much again, Yonda. Make sure everyone's following Yonda if you haven't yet. She's an OG here and always a constant supporter of Crypto Fam Radio. Much love, fam. So we're going to throw the mic over to Spoon, who's been patiently waiting. Thank you so much for being here, Spoon. Happy Caturday. What you got for us?
Hey, happy Caturday. I'm here to do my part in this world. Is for me to introduce Yana. If you guys haven't know, she's preparing to run as a Republican candidate for U.S. Senate. So let's rally behind her and follow Yana and spread the word. She's going to be a great person to talk about crypto, about AI, about space, anything to do what we do. I think she's a great candidate. So let's back her.
Absolutely love that, Spoon. And wow, congrats, Yonda. That's a big deal. That's huge. Like, oof, politics, that's like a whole nother level. So more power to you, fam. We are definitely here to support you 110%, and absolutely love hearing that news. Spoon, did you have anything else you wanted to share with everyone? Maybe a project that you're building currently, or anything else before we move on to the next speaker? Or no, wait a minute. Yonda's got her hand up. Oh, you're good, Spoon? Okay. All right. Yonda, we'll throw the mic back to you then, since you got your hand up. Yonda?
Hey, Spoon, thanks so much for making people aware of my next goal and endeavor. That was so cool. Like, I always smile when you do that, Spoon, and I appreciate it. At some time in the near future, I'll be making a very important announcement regarding what's next. And but y'all think about it. Like, who is talking about all this crypto and blockchain and AI and metaverse? And I found myself even at the Security and Exchange Commission going to the SEC roundtables, all of them with perfect attendance, by the way, and then just talking to folks because I'm curious and I needed to understand, what are y'all saying again? And no, let me raise my hand and talk about some things that if we're going to regulate, here's some areas that I want to encourage. So the last SEC roundtable, I found myself on the mic talking with them about a no action letter regarding agentic AI, specifically AI agents and X402 protocol, and being able to say that I've been native since 2018 in this space, to talk through here's the complexities, but also what does this mean for the underserved, underrepresented, and sometimes undervalued populations? Because right now, you'll notice there's all kinds of bills coming up, including developers' safe haven, because they're building out the tech. And then when you start to look at ownership of what's being created, if there's an issue that happens, who do they go to and get answers from, right? Is it the CEO? Is it the developer that creates that technology? So knowing these laws and having them built into your business is going to be very, very important to do. But also you look at clarity, the Clarity Act, right? And all the conversation happening about staking. Do y'all know we're still talking about whether or not you can have sole custody of your wallet, right? It's not a done deal. Even though most of us have sole custody of our wallet, that is a privilege we're enjoying right now. And now I get the opportunity to talk to the 80-year-old senator and say, this is what a crypto wallet is, and this is why the people need to have their own wallets and or if you put somebody in charge of having their wallets, then it should be easily accessible to the average person. And now we're talking about clarity, and we're talking about tokenizing real world assets, right? Not the real estate just yet, but that's coming. And I'm glad that there's solutions out there with real world utility. We're talking about the transaction times. We're talking about equity. We're talking about stock. We're talking about debt. We're talking about all these things on tokenization. And again, that's a part of the Clarity Act. Then the Genius Act in July, we have to be enforcing. Come on, y'all. We got so much to make sure that we're paying attention to as we're building out these businesses. And I just asked the question, who do I know that out there talking about this? Because they call me little. When I took the mic, they said, oh, she's a little developer. She's a little person. I was like, okay, y'all call me what y'all want to. I just need y'all to understand that I feel like I'm close enough to the people that I'm able to kind of talk through some of these things that don't forget as you're regulating. That's all.
Absolutely love that, Yonda. I love your conviction. And yes, you definitely have Crypto Fam Radio support 110%. I appreciate you sharing your love of crypto with the world, because that's what we do over here at Crypto Fam Radio every single day. Generational wealth, learning, earning, and returning, right? Like, this is what we're about here at Crypto Fam Radio. And so I absolutely love your conviction, Yonda. Thank you so much. Feel free to stay up here as well. We have plenty of speakers that need to be requesting those mics, fam. This is our chill and shill time, the only space of the week that is a Caturday space just for you, fam. And next week is gonna be really special. I've got a co-host, I should say, a Doginal co-host next week, and we're gonna be doing a dogs versus cats Caturday space. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be different, and we're definitely gonna have a lot more dogs in here, just not cats. Which, by the way, you got cats are cool, right? We're cool cats, but we gotta have the dogs as well. We gotta have all animal representation, right? We are definitely animal agnostic here. We love all animals of all kinds, all pixelated, all generative art. It doesn't matter. You guys have a project, doesn't even have to be animal related. Request that mic. This is our chill and chill space, and I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Big shout out to everyone in spaces here. If you guys aren't following each other, please do. I see you, Digi Joints, Zach from Subway. I haven't seen you in a minute, fam. Good to see you. We got Wise in the house as well. Shib Bender. Also, we have, let's see who else. We got K-Bod. What's up, K-Bod? It's good to see you, fam. Crypto Tony from Community of Communities. Love that, fam. KF Media down there. Also, Mr. G. Have not seen Mr. G in a second. How are you, Mr. G? It's good to see you. We got D-Vibe in the house as well. Tiger. Looks like a cat project. A Tiger. Dude, you should come up. Show, man. I want to hear more about this Tiger project you got going on. Also, Will down there. And then we got Akshay, Shawant, hopefully I'm saying that right, but everyone are legends here in the space. Thank you so much for being here and connecting. And without further ado, I'm going to toss the mic to our next speaker, Coco. What's going on, Coco? Happy Caturday.
What up? What up? Happy Caturday, Crypto Fam Radio, and Jen and my boy Asi Nasi, a very good friend of mine right there. Hi, how's everybody doing out here, man? My name's Coco. It's kind of cool because when I got up into the space and I seen the banner, I put a little video that I made in the comments. Check it out. Like 1 year ago today, I was drawing like a little drawing on my desk in my studio for coins, man. It was DigiJoint's 900th show. It was that day. That motherfucker out here going hard for a very long time. So I think it's kind of cool. That was 1 year ago today. Today, my name is Coco. I am the owner of Immortal Art Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm also the founder of Spray the Chain. Right now, what I'm building is a 5,000 square foot canvas. It is stretched across a 100-foot wall, up above you and down another sidewall, It's in a huge warehouse, and what we're doing here is we're spray painting a ton of NFT projects and tokens. It's a big, huge underground subway scene. But at the end of all this, I have 150 different graffiti artists from all over the world that are taking a part in this. We're actually setting 7 Guinness Book of World Records right here. We'll have a huge ceremony for that when we're done. Right now we're hanging canvas out and in the big warehouse and in another one of my studios. I have 2 of them here now. And so, yeah, bro, at the end of this, we'll have an AR team come in. It'll be augmented reality. Some of the records that we're setting, 4 of them are all blockchain and crypto related because there's none. So we're actually setting 4 brand new world records just for you guys in crypto. So it's kind of cool. It'll be the largest augmented reality mural in the world, interacted by the most people. Right now, Mexico City has a record with like 300 people, and we're probably going to get a couple thousand people in here. For this is a Web3 smashed real world initiative because I am like an OG out here. I'm a graffiti painter. I'm a graffiti artist. I paint everything you can think of, trains, bridges. I paint buildings. I have a contract with a bunch of kids out here, and I find them walls to paint, and they don't fuck up property in our city, and it's worked out pretty good for a couple years. I found them a couple hundred walls. We got about 280 of these guys to sign this contract as at this point. So we're rolling on it. We are crashing my real world life into my crypto Web3 world. I've been here in Web3 for 2 years. I'm an artist. I've just been doing art for every project I can think of, in my studio, on my desk, while I'm in spaces hanging out, talking to my friends out here. And I've just been a mad supporter. And I've always tried to figure out, how do I make, my real world life, while I'm in graffiti land with all these kids painting and doing all this shit that I'm doing, and how do I get it to Web3, and how do I, turn it into a project, and how does it, help people and make money? And I think we figured all that out. At the end of all this big, huge mural, it'll be minted. This thing is going to travel around, actually. We've already been offered a shitload of money for it from a couple museums, but we're not going to do it. We have a cool plan. Anybody that mints a piece of this at the end is going to own that portion of property on the mural. And so we're going to travel it around and take it to some events, and we make some money and give the proceeds to the holders that meant that, man. It's a new concept. And then at the end of that, even there's one more thing. It's also, we're going to put out a platform out here for real world graffiti writers to mint their own graffiti. And when they do, they'll be able to send us their digital photos, and then we'll be able to send them back an email with a wallet. They'll be able to put their shit on the blockchain in our marketplace and get money right away. And that's going to be huge. And what's actually really, really dope about all this is it is my hugest, maddest shout out to all you guys out here. I will be shouting out everybody I know in this. We have a whole team of people that are taking care of the sponsorships and whatnot, and that's a whole nother story. But as far as I go, I think that the real world out here is going crazy over this because the whole graffiti, we have outposts in Australia, Japan, India, the UK. I'm friends with famous graffiti artists all over the world, because of Web3 and because of social media. And I think it's just awesome, that the real world is getting so involved in this, man. It's making a big splash every which way we go. So anyhow, yeah, thanks for having me up, dude, and letting me talk about my project, which is really my project is a shameless shout out to everybody else, which is what's cool about it, So yeah.
Thank you, Coco. That was amazing, fam. I know you got Spray the Chain coming up. Quick question I have for you is, when is the event, and can I come?
Yes, you will be invited, my friend. My team will be having a call with Crypto Fam Radio in the next week or two, just on a whole nother level as well. Now, we don't know what day the event is going to be. I'm going to tell you what happened, man. At the beginning, we have a lot of hype and a lot of people who want to get on this, and a lot of projects reach out and try to offer us money right away. We also had branding headhunters that have seen like all my videos on the internet. I've got millions of views on some of them, and some of the other ones on YouTube, on some podcasts and some talk shows, and some other stuff that I've been on talking about prison and gangs and solitary confinement. So what it is like we had a lot of people offering us a lot of things. What we actually had to do, bro, was pump the brakes, stop everything. We legitimized. We created a business. We incorporated ourselves. We created an LLC. We got tax. We did all of our tax work. The fact of the matter is, we have corporate accounts because what it is we wanted to be able to be for people to be able to be transparent to people, for people to be able to see where this money's going at all times. And we actually do have my boy Extreme Ripple Protocol, which he just drove up. He'll be actually working on a part of this project, and it's a really dope thing. You'll be able to look onto it and see every financial of our project on the screen in one shot, in one screenshot. You'll be able to see ongoing, constant records. The thing is, it's a lot of money, and people are going to give us their money. Like we're building with integrity, and so we're right now, bro. Our paint schedule looks like it's going to put our event into the beginning of May. And that's the closest I can tell you. And if I said any more than that, everybody on my team would tell me to shut the fuck up right now. So, because like I'm really not in charge of that. I am in charge of getting it on the wall. I'm in charge of coming out here and talking about it because it's my baby. And I just love everything about Web3, bro. I love everything about art and graffiti. And I think doing it responsibly is really dope, and like providing all this at one time, this 10-layer project that I've been watching a lot of projects come and go and fail, and I know like what I don't want to do, in my project I've seen the last couple of years, but what I do want to do, it's very explorative, and I want everyone to know, like my designing partner, Caturday, she is an AI engineer. This project has been AI engineered. All of our artwork is called digital. I paint it and I send it to her. She digitizes it. She sends it back to me. I paint it some more. She does some more shit with it. Like that's how, when you see our images and all of our artwork, you better believe that everything from Spray the Chain has been handled back and forth between her and I, physically here on my walls, on my desk, or on her computer, the way that she does it. So it's really cool, that we've roadmapped it, blueprinted it, and so we're now setting it out, and we're actually doing it, bro. We've already hung 3,000 square foot of canvas, and I had like all three of my little girls from my family. We have 6 girls. I had 3 of them there yesterday, and I let them go crazy on like 50 feet of the canvas. I gave them a bag of spray paint and told them, be careful, the cops might catch you. And they just went nuts, running up and down, painting the wall. We haven't primed it, so they could do that right now. They can have fun with the canvas, and so they have been. So that's kind of what we're doing. But I'm about to go back down there today and hang up probably another 1,000 square feet of canvas. So it's a hard thing. We have lifts, we have scaffolding. It's a lot. We have a whole construction crew that actually has to do this, when we do it. So, we post pictures of it when we're doing it. When we get to the painting part, we will be live streaming on several platforms. That's a whole nother, we'll be talking about that, within the next 3 to 4 weeks. So, I'm trying to keep it like what's really happening right now, and let me focus on talking about it, like what we're actually doing. There's a big picture here. I like everybody to know about it. I love everybody to support it. If I've met you out here and I'm your friend, you better believe that your name's going to be on one of my shout out walls out here, no matter what happens, because I'm friends with a lot of people out here in Web3. And I want everybody to know that it doesn't come down to money when it comes to that, right? But so everything else to do with the project, I have a whole team that's helping flesh it out. You could contact any one of them. It's Joe on Chain, Crypto Cam, Canna Chick. There's several people out here that will be more than willing to talk to you guys or point you in the right direction. So thank you for letting me have so much time out here with that. It is a huge endeavor, a huge project, 7 Guinness World Records. And I got to say this too. I'm 6 years out of prison, dude, from doing 25 years on a life sentence. So it's pretty amazing, the things that I've accomplished. And I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if I wouldn't have been for all the support I get, all the people out here that let me on their stages every day, all the time. Thank you all so much. A lot of times I just would get out here and support y'all and not have a lot to talk about. And now I actually do. It's a huge thing, and I appreciate you guys giving me the time to do it.
I appreciate you, Coco, for giving us powerful information right there. I absolutely love what you're doing. I hear the conviction in your voice. And yes, my friend, we'll definitely have to jump on a call in the next few weeks. We got to get you on the podcast too. And it'd be even better if we did the podcast live at Spray the Chain at maybe after Vegas.
We'll absolutely do that.
We'll line it up. That's why I was so that's why I was when's this event? Can we line it up? Because I'm trying to line up all these events that I'm hoping to go to. Well, I am going to, and we will go there. And I definitely need to connect with you IRL. We're way better IRL. These spaces are just a little dose of what we can really have with the impact of crypto.
So can I throw one more thing on top of this?
Yeah,
man?
go for it, Coco.
One thing I do want to do is I'm always out here supporting, all these other projects and stuff. And, our project, I want everybody to know that it's built on a lot of goodness and a lot of good intentions and a lot of all kinds of stuff. But, I really didn't ask for a lot, but this project is really to showcase a lot of other people's NFT projects and their tokens and everything that they're doing out here in a huge way. And hopefully, with 7 Guinness World Records, it's going to be a huge stage. We'll be live streaming every day for hours and hours while we're painting. So I think it's going to give everyone a lot of eyes. I want to say shout out to my boy Ronnie from the Bear Witness Project, man. This is another guy that did time in the pen. A lot more than me, actually. I did 25 and he did 32. And all of his artwork made it home to his brother, my boy Extreme Ripple Protocol. And they set out. Homie getting out of prison didn't know shit about Web3 or crypto or fucking NFTs or anything. And he got the artwork. He's like, what do you do with it? And his brother, who is here, who is a madman about crypto and Web3, he told him, no, we're going to mint it. So the Bear Witness Project was built on that. It was meant to help Ronnie out to get onto the Ian Big Show, which is like a talk show locked in with Ian Big, which I will be going on that show in the first week of April. I'll be filming that thing myself. So what we're doing is with my project, we're inviting Ronnie and his brother Extreme Ripple to come out here, and they're gonna come out and paint their own bear on the wall. Me and him, we're gonna kick it together, bro. We're gonna have a cool day or two, and we're gonna pay them some money to help them, and show them that this is kind of how it's going, and this is what we're, and we that's one of the very few things me as the artist, ask for my team in the beginning of all this is, a lot of artists are coming to paint, and my team's coordinating all that, from other projects. I have all the real world artists. I'm bringing all the real world graffiti heat out here. But Ronnie coming out to do this is a very big deal for me, and I'm always glad to talk about it. I want to always remember that the thing that I'm doing out here is it's huge, bro. But it's really to get people's attention, to show the light on a lot of other people who've been working just as hard as me, and a lot of them a lot longer, and a lot of them a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? So just at the end of the day, that's that. But I love having my boy Rip up here with me and Asi Nasi. We all are very big supporters of that project and of Ronnie. And I like to shout him out whenever I get the chance, especially out here with all of us in one spot, and that's my dude. So, yeah, that is one thing that we're doing out here. So, good shit with them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coco. I'm going to throw the mic to Sarah, who's been waiting very patiently. Happy Caturday, Sarah. How are you, fam?
Hi, thank you.
What you got for us today, fam?
Not much. I just wanted to say hi, introduce myself to space, and just say hi. I love crypto. I've been a fan for a very long time. I've been intricate in some of crypto early days for a very long time. Let's just put it that way.
Beautiful. Would you mind sharing a little bit about your crypto journey, how you fell into it, and what networks, blockchains have you have high conviction in?
Well, definitely Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm eating a little bit of Cheez-Its right now. But definitely Bitcoin, Doge. We have the beginning of it, you know. Tron, I know they have some issues. They'll straighten them out. Everything's going to get straightened out eventually. But I do believe that when new things are created, there's going to be hurdles. We have to weed out the bad and bring in the good. That's all we can, hope. Where do I start? I've had run-ins with John McAfee online. I've had run-ins with a few people online. And I know a little bit more than a lot of people like to give me credit for. But I just love crypto. I love the United States. It's a solution for a problem that we had to solve. There's nothing more important for future generations. I am a mother. I have daughters. I have children. I'm looking forward to my grandchildren. And that's what crypto is mainly about, the future. That generations and generations after the originals, the OGs of crypto, pass away, it's still going to be here. It's still going to be growing, evolving. More newer ones are going to be developed. And that's what makes crypto heaven sent. And it's for everyone. It's global. And it's going to remain that way. And it's going to remain open source. I hope for a very, very, very long time. So.
Love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Sarah, sharing a little bit about your crypto journey as well. I'm going to throw the mic to my co-hosts, Jen and Aussie Nasi, if they had any follow-up questions. And if not, we'll go to Extreme. Jen, Aussie?
Hey, I sure don't, ma'am. Just happy that you came up on stage, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Hey, shout out to you. Just like you, I'm too deep in, man. I'm heavily invested. I gotta see this through, no matter what. That's one thing we have here in XRP, man. We either gonna see this through or get acquired and retire. There's no choice. Our plan A is our original A. Our plan A is our original plan. I promise you, man. Plan B is for my plan A. Plan C is for my plan B to get to my A.
Exactly.
Absolutely love that.
Yo, we got Vita in the building, bro. Shout out to Vita, bro. This guy's a super connector. Shout out to Vita, bro. Hey, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm just a fanboy over Vita, bro. If you know Vita, bro, just his name gives you powers and access and free food.
What? Free food? I didn't get any free food.
Bro. Never go hungry if you're with Vita.
Oh, man.
All right. These damn cheap Ray-Bans on. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, Vita. We'll get to you in a second, man. Vita. We gotta throw the mic to Extreme real quick. He's been waiting patiently, and after Extreme, we'll get to you, Vita. I appreciate you though, fam. Extreme, thank you for your patience. Happy Caturday. What's good, Extreme?
Man, I tell you what, I'm really not used to putting my hand up. It's really not. It's really weird for me. But anyway, I just dropped in because I know you were over here and I want to say hey. I see my boy Coco over there. Hopefully he comes and visits later on tonight when I'm on. But I just popped in to say howdy. And, hey, well, let's go to TextRP. Let's go TextRP. That's the message for today. But there is another message, actually, because Coco was talking about Bear Witness. Be on the lookout. Probably in about a week. There was a promo that just went on with a friend of mine and with the RipDev project. He just got minted out. 1,000 NFTs minted out in 2 weeks. And the person that sponsored that helped him with that is going to be working with me. We're going to get this fucking thing minted out. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to get it set up. Maybe get Ronnie over there to Ian Vick sooner than later. We've already talked to Ian Vick months ago. It's just been a matter of getting the money to get him there. And if I can get this first NFT collection minted out, we got it. We'll get him there. I got enough hotel points. I can put him up. That's not an issue. But you know, this has been the goal. One of the major goals that I've had since I started this thing was to get him there, to get him, you know, recognized, you know, so people get eyes on him, because there is so much artwork and so much potential. And this guy has got the wherewithal to build a business, you know, and that's the idea behind it. I want to get him set up in his own tattoo parlor. If anybody knows a artist in Vegas that would be willing to have him there as an apprentice over XRP Vegas, man, it'd be great to reach out to me, because he's working on getting his license in California. I'll ship his ass to Vegas, and he can do tattoos over there during XRP Vegas' event. So that being said, man, look out, be on the lookout. Bear Witness is coming at you. It's coming hard, and you know, it's only up from here. So with that, I'll go ahead and bow.
Thank you so much, Extreme. I appreciate that. And yes, Bear Witness, definitely check it out, fam, on XRP. I love those little bears. They're cute. Don't get me wrong. They're really great. And absolutely love your involvement with Coco as well, Extreme. And also the involvement with TexRP and also Crypto Fam Radio, you know. You have, you know, your feet and all kinds of little, you know, droplets of water over here going on. So, you know, it's good to definitely get involved with as many projects as you can. Just don't wear yourself out, fam. That's the thing. You know, self-care is key. As Coco even was saying earlier, you know, like sometimes you get so overwhelmed initially with like so much participation, so much, you know, funding, so many things. You know, you got to put the brakes on. Right? You got to put the brakes on. You got to stop. You got to realize what you're really doing, how you're impacting your community, and making sure that you're doing it one day at a time, right? Like if I get overwhelmed, which I have been actually the last few days, full transparency, coming back from Denver with all this content, I just have to remind myself, hey, just post one thing a day, you know, like don't get overwhelmed. Even though you have a lot of stuff on your plate right now, you're still continuing showing up for spaces, giving community where communities do. You want to do TikTok, you know, you want to do this podcast. There's so much I do on a personal level. And I just have to remind myself, hey, just breathe. It's okay. You know, just take it one day at a time. And so definitely, Extreme, I appreciate you being here and supporting Crypto Fam Radio throughout, you know, our time together. And I've only known you for the last few months with the XRP community. Just with Aussie Nasi introducing me to you and to the rest of the XRPers over here. And this is why we have an XRP community space now at Crypto Fam Radio every Wednesdays at 1 p.m. EST. So XRP community shows up. They are true legends in the space. And if you guys definitely want to learn more about any XRP projects, definitely come to our community space or even come to Extreme Space later today. He does Get Off My Lawn space with a bunch of XRPers. So definitely love that, Extreme. I'm going to throw the mic to my co-host, Jen, and then Aussie, see if they had any follow-up questions to Extreme, and then we'll go to the next speaker. Jen? Oh, man.
Oh, sorry, I was not off mute. I just love what you're doing. Thank you for the update on that, and I'll pass it on to Aussie.
Awesome. Aussie?
This is why we do it. We show up every day for people like Bear Witness. I'm here for you, sir.
Well, that's appreciated. Let me just comment on the pump and the brakes thing. The brakes are for sissies. I don't got brakes. Just saying.
All right, fam. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well,
Right,
every now and then I do need sleep, you know, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I can go all day, all night, right? Stay hard. But at the end of the day, sleep is really, it's very important to your mental health, physical health, spiritual health, you know, so it's like, it's good to take breaks too, right? Take a break.
I got an hour sleep last night.
An hour. All right,
Yeah.
fam. You're supposed to be getting at least 7 to 8, even 9 hours sometimes a day. That's what they say. All week.
During the week, yeah.
All right.
All week.
I can't. Okay. All right. So I love you, bro. Appreciate you extreme. We're gonna throw the mic to the next speaker, Vita TV, and then after Vita, we're gonna get to 420 Holman. Vita, what is good, fam? Happy Caturday. How you doing?
Oh shit. My bad, guys. I had a panel with like 4 apps. I was like 4 apps away. But I was here. I was still here. I was still listening to everything. I was still hearing everybody. Big love to the homies, man. Crypto Fam Radio. I see Nasi and everybody in the room. Big love. Big post the room. Tiger Friend, the Tiger Friend. Throw them hashtags in and send this shit out to some communities that you're part of because you know what's going on. It's the Caturday Shill giveaway sponsors. You know what's going on. Coins. Big shout out to my people, Wake and Blake. I see it on there. Yo, what a bomb it was to hang out with you, Crypto Fam, and Asi Nasi. If I had the chance to do it all over again, I'll make sure I do it all over again from day one. Because man, oh man, we had fun. And I wish I had more time with you guys. If I wasn't so busy shooting every freaking content video that it was for every crypto event, maybe I would have had a little bit more time. But the time that we did have together, those moments will forever live on with me because they were golden. They were golden. They happened in the right time. And I need to say this much so anyone who's listening to this. For those that think that you can't make real long-term friendships through crypto or blockchain, and maybe this is all just a finesse, as some people call it, you're just looking in the wrong places or you're around the wrong people. That's all I got to say. So keep your eyes open and your ears peeled. Make sure you do your homework, as we say, DYOR, or however the hell my boy Wake and Blake is saying it. But stay focused, stay diligent, and remember, the real ones that are around you that support you, always be loyal and honest to those that do support you. There's very few of those still around today, and it's very rare, and it's getting harder to find those that are like that as time goes by. So, big love straight from New York City, 212, representing heaven, the Dominicans and Puerto Ricos and Puerto Ricans, as I would say, in blockchain. I love you guys, man. Asi, keep your head up, King. Love you, bro.
Thank you so much, Vita TV. But you gotta at least share with us a little bit about Eat Denver. I posted up on the Jumbotron just for you, Vita, on your latest post of Eat Denver, just to give Jen a little more FOMO. Just tell us a little more about your experience at Eat Denver. What stood out to you the most, and what do you? Was it a success for you?
Well, I'll tell you this much. Appreciate you, fam. Honestly, first and foremost, for those that don't know, Crypto Fam actually gave me an opportunity to be on a show at the Eat Denver podcast venue section, like the media press section. So that was a true big honor. One of the most dopest experiences that I had while working. So just to think about that real quick. Appreciate you. Again, you gave me that extra hour break. I hope my boss don't hate me. But anyways, with that being said, again, it was a crazy, crazy week. Honestly, it was all a blur because it happened so much. As for almost most of the events that we do around different states and countries, we're usually one of the main media services providers for every event, including the side events. So we not only attended the main events, but the side events. Now, that's where the sauce was really at. A lot of these satellite events, they get crazy. And I think one of my most incredible moments out of the whole entire trip was that we partied at a trap house. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy. Oh my God, do not. Listen, hey, I know I'm a ghetto Dominican kid from Harlem, New York, but hey, I promise I felt like I was home. I kid you not. So big shout out to the homie Dave, and big shout out to the Nouns NFT community and my boy Rush, Worldwide Rush, who was hosting that going down there. Again, we were working with those guys. I think that was one of my best experiences, partying inside a rave with a live DJ, more than one at that. It was like 3 or 4. Over 100 people there. There was different rooms, different vendors. There was a cannabis room. There was a food room. I mean, It was crazy. It was crazy. And then I'm walking there as media. Next thing you know, who I run into? Yes, yours truly, the one and only, the host with the most, and the co-host with the most, Aussie Nasi and Crypto Fan, and it made it all even much better. So, with that being said, that's the story. I thought that my trip, my best experience there was this one. Okay, so appreciate you guys, and it's always good again to have friends with you guys. So if you guys go out to these crypto events, bring some friends with you guys, for real. If you collect a group of friends, you guys can break that expense amongst 5 or 6. You'd be surprised how much you guys can get accomplished and what you can do, and how much opportunities that can put in front of you just by breaking the money. Don't be greedy. Big love, guys. Crypto fan, Aussie. Thank you, bro.
Bro, what the heck, man? All right. Much love, fam. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for making Eat Denver a memorable experience for sure, to say the least. Yes, I had the pleasure of interviewing this guy for 111, which you can find on YouTube at Crypto Fam Radio. His interview isn't posted yet, though, fam. I still, that's, I've got a lot of content I got to get through. But when it is, don't worry, Vita. I'm going to tag you. Don't worry. Making sure.
Was that like Alpha Spill? Was that like...
No. They knew from the Eat Denver post, bro. Like, Eat Denver posted us, remember? I tagged you on. Yeah, I'm like, that's not Alpha. You saw a picture of us at the podcast lounge. And I was like, hey, Mom, I made it. You didn't see that post a few days ago?
I remember. It was funny.
That was funny.
It was pretty exciting to see that they posted us, too. I was like, oh, we made it. I made it to the newspaper. But, hey, listen, VTATV.io/gallery. All the pictures are available there for every single event that we did. If you're in there, we took off the paywall. It's free for anyone and everyone. And we're uploading the videos as well. We're making the Google Drive link public, so if anyone needs to publicate or create any article, recaps, or whatever the fuck you want to do, use the pictures, use the videos. You can or you don't need to. You can tag me if you want. Whatever the case is, doesn't matter. I'm going to know which one of my pictures anyways. I can tell how I shoot. But I love you guys once again. Big shout out. Show some love to the homie Crypto Fan and Aussie. And I'm going to switch down to the listeners just to give the next person an opportunity to come up here and speak. And big shout out to everybody else that's in the speakers panel. Joan, how you doing, Jen? Doji, 420, everybody. Coco, my brother. Big love. I haven't seen Coco in a while, by the way, so shout out to Coco.
Hey, Vita, I want to say one thing real quick, just so everybody knows. Vita been my friend for a long-ass time out here. Vita will be coming here to do our Guinness Book of World Record event when it happens. Hopefully fucking doing his whole, everything he does out here, legendary shit that he does. Everybody can look his timeline up, watch it for the last year or two. Like, it's nothing but bam, heat after heat after heat. And we definitely want him to be, out here with us whenever we do our thing. So hopefully that'll happen. So just throwing that out there into the space to manifest it, because Vita's one of my guys out here. Good to see you, my homie.
Yo, big love, Coco. Big love, fam. There's one thing that I see in Crypto Fan and Vita TV do well is we make dreams come true. So with that being said, listen, I'm like a genie now. Love the pot, I'll make 3 wishes. I'll be there, baby. Shout out to everybody, bro. I can't... Listen is amazing. Just to see everyone growing together year after year, the growth spurts that we've all been going through. I've seen Crypto Fan for a long time, and the growth that he's been having is incredible. Asi as well. We've worked together in many different events prior to all of this that's going on now. So again, friendships are real. Shout out to Crypto Cam. I see I just pulled up in, so that's another 8 brother right there. And as I promised, I'll switch down to the listeners. Shout out to the Board API Club. Shout out to 8chain. Shout out to our sponsors, Disco Cat, and everybody else that fucks with us. You know what's going on, man. Catch you guys soon. Big love.
Big love, fam. Thank you so much, Vita TV. And yes, relationships are everything in business, in your personal life, and every day you live your life, you make sure your relationships are good to go. You make sure the people that you connect with in spaces and even IRL, you always ask them how they're doing before you talk about yourself, right? This is what friendship means, right? This is what relationships are, especially in crypto and IRL life and every walk of life that you are transforming your life into the next. That is you. How you show up for yourself is how you show up for others, right, fam? So absolutely love that, Vita TV. Love that, Coco. And yeah, you know what, Coco? We're all going to be there, whenever the date is. I already know it. We're already manifesting that. All right, fam? So I'm just letting you know.
Huge. We got DJ Litmus from the UFD trying to come to this motherfucker. Let's go.
Go.
Stu Quan,
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
That's right.
Let's
We ain't
go.
fucking around.
We're all going to be
Crypto
there.
Cam's,
We're all going to
Crypto
be there.
Cam's planning the event. Crypto Cam is the production manager for my team. He'll be putting on that event, so you better believe it'll be hype as fuck all else, my guy.
Awesome.
Hype as fuck.
Let's go. Absolutely love that. Without further ado, we're going to throw the mic to our next speaker here, 420 Holman. Thank you so much for your patience, 420. What is good, fam? Happy Caturday.
Yo, what's up? What's good? How's everybody doing?
Good, fam. How are you?
Really good. I wanted to do a shill.
Yes, fam. Go for it. The floor is yours.
Okay, so I've been trenching since I learned about AI in 2005, but I quit doing gambling at the casino, and then my past week of trenching has been so lucky. And then so I was watching them, all of them, and they're just chilling at the top ones trending were 300,000, 400,000, some Pokemon one. And I was and then I see this one called World Peace, and there's all this war going on right now. It's a perfect narrative. And it went straight to 3 million, and the 4-hour chart has 3 green candles. It's such a pretty chart. And it's at 1.2 to 1.4 million right now. So I don't know if you want to throw in $10 and take a gamble, but it's pretty fun coin to watch. The creator, let me get his name. He is really friendly. He hosts spaces, Doji, and he has a brand tag next to his blue check. But do you have any question?
Yeah, can you talk to us a little bit about your background in crypto, where you come from, that sort of thing? Just general introduction would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I grew up in Atlantic City, doing the casinos and stuff, and I was a pro gamer when I was in high school still. So I like to play this one game called America's Army, and then I got good at sniping, so I started playing Counter-Strike, and I competed in the leagues and stuff. And then Counter-Strike has NFTs in the game, so I learned about crypto through Counter-Strike, I think.
And what was your first token that you invested in?
I remember my friend, he taught me a wallet, and it might have been Coinbase, and I had Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and maybe one other. But I remember when Doge was at 0.007, and we did the whole Doge marketing pump all the way to 69 cents. It was crazy. And Tron was also at 0.007. But I think Bitcoin was at 20,000 when I got really into it.
Wow, that's incredible, 420. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. I'm going to throw the mic to my co-host, see if they have any additional questions. And if not, we'll just move on to the next speaker. Jen, Aussie?
The CA is in my pin post if you want to look at the chart.
Oh, it took my question.
Yeah. Hey, I just had a random question for you, but did you sell when the Super Bowl pump happened?
What do you mean?
Doge. Did you sell Doge at the top, or did you round trip it like some of us?
I found it was a fake mining pool, and I had $5,000, and they scammed me for it. They would send me back some, and then one day they just stopped sending, and the website deleted.
No. Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
My luckiest thing I've had was actual silver bars. I really learned assets from crypto before I learned stocks.
That was smart. Good for you.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, 420. Aussie, did you have anything for 420 or?
Shoot, I need some 420.
Let's go. I know.
Come through, bro. We'll go to the boardwalk.
Let's go. Boardwalk fries and some Budsy seems like a vibe.
Let's go. Absolutely.
There's a dispo on the boardwalk now.
Oh, snap. I guess that's where it's at, fam. Boardwalk. Love that.
It's getting warmer.
It is. March is upon us. And without further ado, fam, we're going to throw the mic to our next speaker, Crypto Cam. How's it going, fam? Happy Caturday. What's good?
Sorry, I was making some grilled cheese. GMGMG to the M. It is Caturday. Chill and chill giveaway. We got some sponsors. It looks like ticker TXT. Hey, coins K to the Z, baby. But y'all know the deal. Y'all know the drill. Go hit that purple pill. Like and repost the room. Tag some friends. Tag some frenemies. Send it to all those group chats you're in. Let them know we're here with Crypto Fam Radio and I see on Caturday. Chill and chill. What's good, fam?
You know what? We're just chilling too. That grilled cheese sandwich sounds really enticing, though, fam. I am getting hungry. But yeah, you mind sharing us what you're working on, what you're building on, anything you want to share? The floor is yours.
All right, cool. Sorry, I had to move the scale over before I burned some shit down. Where's my sandwiches, man? My Sammies. But I saw Coco up here, so I'm sure he told you guys about spray the chain. So I am actually going to just show my space later on today. I am Crypto Cam, and I run a space here in about 30 minutes after this one's over, called Queens in the Industry. Today we have Queen of Dogecoin, aka Mary Jane, as our guest. She'll be coming out. Run it every Saturday, 4 p.m. EST, highlighting different females in the industry and what they're doing and what we can do to support them. So if you're free later on after Caturday Chill and Shill come through, we'll be running for a little while.
Absolutely love that, Crypto Cam. Would you mind posting the space reminder up on the Jumbotron in comments for everyone? And yes, we are winding down Caturday, fam. We have about 20-ish minutes before I want to rug this space. Usually I run this space for 2-ish hours, but today I was like, let's do 3 because the space has been that good, fam. Thanks to my co-hosts, Aussie Nasi and Jen, who, I don't know, I keep throwing you the co-host, Jen, but I don't know, the space keeps rugging you, so we'll just keep you a speaker, I guess. Spaces be spacing. It's okay, Jen. It's not your fault. I'm blaming Elon, even though I love you, Elon. Don't rug me. All right, so Crypto Cam. So tell me a little more about your space. So it's focused on women in Web3, which is similar to spaces I used to run every Wednesday, Web3 Women Wednesdays, I call it. So talk to me about the inspiration of your space. Why did you decide to start doing this specifically for women? Yeah, share with me.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be women in Web3. It could be in any industry. Just that they're doing their thing. A lot of women obviously in Web3, but we've had a few women that are come from different industries and outside of tech as well. But I've just been around the space for quite some time. Since the days of Anon and no one was showing their face and stuff like that. Before it was cool to let everyone know who you were, it was still cool to be anonymous, And back then, women have always been in the space. They've just never really been represented. And back then, a lot of women, for lack of better words, I'll say hid behind their PFPs and maybe didn't really speak up. They maybe just commented or made other, stuff like that. Content. Necessarily people didn't know they were women, but then when these spaces start coming out, or people in women in Clubhouse and actually start speaking up, people, crypto bros or guys would just discount them just off the block just because they're females, And so I just wanted to create a space just to highlight women, and just give them the respect that they do, And so I started it up. We're on episode 41. And our first one was Spotty Wi-Fi's wife. She was episode 1. And, we're just going to keep pushing. We're going to keep pushing until we can keep pushing,
Absolutely love that, Crypto Cam. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to throw the mic to Jen and then also Aussie Nasi, see if they have any follow-up questions for you. Jen?
Hey, Crypto Cam. You know, I love what you're doing. I was actually got the opportunity to be on one of his spaces, and it was a wonderful experience. And just a hat off to you. Big shout out to everything that you do to support women in this space. It's definitely needed. And you're right, the environment can be a little it can be a little tricky at sometimes, but I would love to see all the women coming forward and really speaking up, finding their voices, and being more represented in the space. So thank you for everything you do. You're doing an amazing job.
Awesome.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate you, and thanks for coming on when you did.
Love that. Aussie?
Hey, Cam. It's official, man. You're the women whisperer. Thank you for being here.
Hey, I'll take that.
Women whisper. I like
I've been called
that.
a lot of things, but never the women whisperer.
I like that.
We're gonna roll with it.
Alliteration at its finest, actually. Crypto Cam, Women Whisper. Hey, Aussie, you gotta do my ads next time, all right, Aussie? You're pretty good at this, fam. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you, Crypto Cam, for posting that. And yes, fam, we're going to be running this space probably in the next 15, 20 minutes. So if you have a project you want to show, you want to come up, talk about it, request that mic. In the meantime, I'm going to throw, Jen, I want to throw the mic back to you because I haven't really talked to you about any projects that you're into currently or you're supporting. Share with me a little bit about what you're building in crypto currently, Jen.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I co-founded Shill Women in 2022, and that was to support the Shill community and help onboard women to the space. And I've hosted lots of international women's spaces and just educational spaces. We provide mentors for women. We do education. We all went through a cohort to be blockchain certified together, and it was free. Everything that we do is free for the community. We recently rebranded to Queens of Crypto just to incorporate some other chains. And that's been really exciting. We're building our website right now, and we've applied for trademark for the logo. But we have an X community that's active. It's Queens of Crypto, and then you can follow us on our Queens of Crypto X account. It's just a Z instead of an S. The S was taken already. And I do just a lot of content around just motivation, empowerment, and just blockchain education, anything from safety to, onboarding to, finding your voice. Our last topic Tuesday night on our TikTok Live was how to find your voice in X Spaces and TikTok Live. So that was really fun. And just anything I can do to support women in this community. If you guys have a family member or a spouse or significant other or sister maybe who's just not really sure about blockchain, a little nervous about how to get started, you can kind of take them under our wing and kind of show them the ropes in a safe way. And it's just my passion project, and I love being a part of this space and supporting women any way I can. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah, of course, Jen. And remind me on TikTok, so you do your weekly lives now every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST, is that right?
Yeah, Tuesdays, 7 p.m. EST. I do a TikTok Live. I'm covering my Lessons from the Trenches series, which is a series of posts I put out last year on a variety of topics, but just kind of learning from my mistakes so that people can enter the space in a much safer way and not pay the expensive tuition that I did. So, yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed it. So it's Tuesdays at 7, and would love to have you guys, everybody.
And what's your handle on TikTok, Jen? Can you put in comments or up in the Jumbotron so people can follow you?
Yeah, sure will. It's Queen Crypto, and I'll put it in the comments as well as the last live clip. And also wanted to say that I've been to a lot of conferences, and I've spoken at international conferences on women's related topics. The last one was East Miami, also spoke at East Toronto. I went to Amsterdam and at NFT NYC. So if you guys know of any opportunities for a speaker, just let me know. I'm happy to help any way I can.
Absolutely love that, Jen. And real quick, one last question: how has your TikTok live experience been? Being in front of the camera, having to stare at yourself. For those of you who may want to try that as well.
Yeah, I've been doing spaces. I think I've co-hosted about 400 spaces now. So I thought I was a pro, and I wouldn't have any trouble going in front of the camera. But it was a little bit more intimidating than I thought, just seeing yourself on camera and having the monologue up there. I'm used to kind of rallying between, a co-host and a host at least. And so that's been interesting. But the audience has been so wonderful, and they've engaged and asked questions, and Crypto Fam gave me some really good tips, and I'm just slowly growing but being consistent. And I really think TikTok is an area of just huge opportunity for us in crypto. So invite everybody to come over to TikTok and let's help crypto TikTok grow.
Definitely, Jen. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to put in my schedule right now to show up for your space at 7 p.m. EST, which I think you're in Texas. I'm in Florida. I'm on the other side of Florida, though. For those of you who don't know, Florida has 2 different time zones. I know, right? Can you believe it? I'm not on the East Coast. I'm actually central and near Texas, near Jen. So it's 6 for me. So I'm going to do that, Jen. I'm going to be very intentional. I'm going to definitely join you on your Spaces Tuesday. We're going to rock it out. Make sure everyone here in Spaces supports Jen as well on her TikTok live. And just getting more involved on other social media platforms. I think this is huge. We shouldn't just segregate ourselves on one platform, right? We need to spread the love, the education, the inspiration of what we find that resonates with us in crypto, right? And there's other crypto communities out there just waiting for you. There's just not Spaces, just not X. So definitely, when you find the time, definitely start posting other platforms and start connecting yourself to other communities. It's not that hard. It just takes time. Every day matters, right? Take it one day at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. And I absolutely love that, Jen. Thank you so much for sharing that and sharing your handle as well. Make sure you follow Jen on TikTok, and then also us here at Crypto Fam Radio. It's the same handle. This is why consistency is key, fam. If you're trying to do the whole multi social media platforms, make sure it is the same handle. It's so much easier to find you. All right, fam, so much easier. So, but big shout out to my other co-host, Aussie Nasi. I just wanted to reintroduce him. And he's been working on TexRP for those of you who didn't know, for those of you who missed my show earlier about TexRP. Aussie, would you shed a little bit of light about TexRP and how it's so important to get on this platform and what it means for you as a user when it comes to private and safe and secure communication? Thank you so much, Aussie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. So, like you and everybody else, we're here on Web3 because of the tech, right? We like the good tech, and XRPO does have the fastest transactions, and it's pretty much serving as the enterprise layer. So, with that being said, security and all that is already covered. Now, TexRP, what it offers is pretty much end-to-end encryption. So, it's a way for you guys to pretty much, consolidate all your messages on one centralized hub that's yours, because obviously you sign in through your wallet. So it's your IP, your messages. And we're just tired of being plagued with all these Web 2 applications, which, they or you are end up being the product. So with Discord, pretty much, having that you have to pretty much sign in with biometrics, and Telegram always pretty much, having scammers, and as well as Discord, and, phishing your data. We don't, at TexRP, we don't monetize the data. What we like to say is we don't retain your private information, but we have other ways to generate revenue. So for projects that want to add utility to their tokens, they can implement their tokens into our platform. And it's a way to offer utility, just basic communications. So if I can put this in a simple way, just think about it as Discord with Web3 features. So it's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Absolutely. Love that, Aussie. Thank you for being so short and sweet and to the point about TexRP. I think this is huge for everyone. And it is the everything app that Elon promised us, what, 2-3 years ago about X? Dude, X is not where X needs to be. I don't know what Elon's been doing with all his AI chatbots, whatever. But TextRP, honestly, you can bridge Discord. You can soon bridge Telegram over, and even Twitter, even X. All these different chats into one simple, organized platform, which we call TextRP, right? Like, how huge is that? You can token gate your rooms as well. You can actually trade NFTs and other tokens through TextRP. That's huge, fam. And even those widgets we haven't even talked about, or what are they called, fam? Not widgets.
No, they're called widgets.
Oh, they are
so
called
pretty
widgets.
much widgets are what I'm using for is pretty much a lens into your application, right? So TextRP is supposed to be pretty much your social login for your Web3 journey. So what I'm building right now essentially is a directory, and I'm using the rooms on TextRP to pretty much provide access to certain products or services within my web page. So I don't have to hard code those features. It's already enabled within the platform. So TextRP is my back end, and I'm making the UI in the client side.
That is huge, fam. That is huge. And for those of you who do not know, our giveaway sponsors is Text from TextRP and Coins from the Digi Joint community. So if you join my room, it's up there on the Jumbotron, fam. Just go to my website, cryptofam.net. You'll see Network Solutions Room link. You click on that and automatically through your Zaman wallet. That's right, fam, through your Zaman wallet. But if you don't have an XRP wallet, soon, very soon, like next month or tomorrow, right, Aussie, there is going to be a multi-sig. So you'll be able to connect any wallet, Phantom Wallet, Crypto.com, Coinbase. That is coming very soon. So if you're not into XRP, don't worry, fam. We got you. And you have your hand up, Aussie. So you will probably correct me on something, but I'm going to throw you the mic. Thank you.
Oh, no, you got it, sir. I'm just here super excited the fact that you got yourself on board. I just want to talk about your experience. How's it been with XRP? You can be easily plagued with a lot of scammers, but the fact that you got yourself onboarded to this platform and it's basically a way to see what's going on within the chain. Dude, I just want to know your experience, honestly.
Oh, it's been great. Other than I wish I had another different wallet to sign in case I don't have the Zaman wallet. But besides that, it's huge. It's great. Oh, and then another thing, just the mobile. I want the mobile app to work, obviously, because we're all on mobile devices. And you said, yes, the UX, UI, whatever, the UI is coming soon. It's going to be better than it currently is. It's still in beta, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, if those two things were fixed, we could onboard so many more people to TextRP. And you know this, Nasi. You know this for a fact. And I feel like we're so early. We are the early adopters because just those two things I feel like holds a lot of people back. I'm just full transparency, also. But besides that, it's beautiful. I absolutely love the experience. I love the interface within the app itself. Once you sign in through your Zaman wallet, you have your rooms. You're able to literally do everything you can on these other platforms, but it's all nice and neat and organized on this great platform on TextRP. So yeah, all in all, great experience. Just those two things are left, Aussie. But thank you so much for the question. And absolutely love it, though. Absolutely love it, fam. So definitely check out. That's our giveaways for today's Caturday Chill and Shill, fam. Text and coins. Just join the room on TextRP through your Zaman wallet. If you have any questions, just DM me or even Aussie Nossie as well. If you're having trouble with the link or the Zaman, sometimes it's finicky on the mobile app. That's why I recommend jumping it through the PC, doing it that way. But without further ado, we do have another speaker here, and I'm going to throw him or her the mic before we start closing down our Caturday space. What is good, fam? Snap Daddy. Happy Caturday. What's poppin', fam?
GM, guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but my network is like rocking very bad.
I can hear you, fam. Go for it. You have the floor.
Alright, you guys. What's up, everybody? I'm snapdaddy.cg and live in space to chill and chill. If you're new, you're just scrolling. Yeah. I'm new on the space, though. Shout out to everyone on the space. Shout out to the shout out to the coast. Shout out to everybody on the space, though. And yeah, I'm here to talk about Trigen. I don't know if any of you heard about Trigen.
Yes, I love Trigen. He's so good, fam. And I can hear you loud and clear. So just introduce yourself a little bit and then tell us about Trigen.
All right. Yeah, I'm Snap Daddy from Nigeria. I'm an active QL. I'm a reply guy. Yeah, I'm basically a Web3 explorer. So if you need me to do anything in a space I don't even fit in, if you can just put me on, I'm definitely sure I'm gonna fit in. So yeah, the Trigen is here to like make the world a better place for us. Why? Because we are trying to like get to plant 1 billion trees on the 5th of June, which is coming up like in the next few months, I think. Yeah. And why we are trying to like set this record is also we have like I think approximately 8 million plus 8 million people. Yeah, like approximately 8 million people die of breathing a bad air like in the world, and that's very bad to like our society. And also we are here to like change the community and help the nation grow. And this is the catch here. Why you grow, why you plant, you earn money. Do you get? You plant, you earn money. Yeah, basically you just earn money through like planting and doing like a lot of things. Not that much things here, but one of the ways you can earn money with the trading is by planting of trees. Some other ways you can earn money is through StreamFi, promoting trading content, N.TGN token every seconds from rare engagement, not farming. And I think that will be happening on Fakasta. So I think if you don't have Fakasta, I think you better sign up for the Fakasta app. Yeah, and yeah, you can just look it up on the at Trigen's profile to get more information about the Trigen's family. And we have our ambassadorship program, so you can look that up too. I don't know if I take too much of you guys' time, but thank you for permitting me to speak.
Thank you so much, Snap Daddy. I appreciate you. And I actually met the founder of Trigen IRL at Denver last week. And he told me about his vision and really resonated with his mission. So absolutely love that you are promoting his project. He's very passionate. He has conviction, and I absolutely love what he is doing. Big shout out to Trigen. I've seen him in our space at Crypto Fam Radio ever so often, and yeah, he's been a huge supporter of us. So definitely thank you for that, Snapdragon. I'm going to throw it to my co-hosts, Aussie, Nasi, and Jen, if they had any questions for you before we move to the next speaker.
Hey, I've heard of Trigen as well. I think I've actually been in some of their spaces. My friend Andrew Prater, who was with the Shiba Sequoia Forest, is a big fan. So great things that you guys are doing, and good luck with your event.
Aussie?
No, sir. I'm right here. Thank you so much for coming up and telling us about you. And I appreciate KWell's honorable and integral. That's not even a word, right? Integral.
No, it's not a
KWell
word.
to have integrity. So shout out to you, man.
There you go. High integrity. There we go. That's what.
High integrity.
Love that, Aussie. No, thank you, Snapdragon. Make sure everyone is following Snapdragon as well, fam. He is a huge supporter of Trigen, which we are, and I absolutely love that you're coming to share that project with us, Snapdragon. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to throw the mic to Tomsy Temi. What's going on, Tomsy? Happy Caturday. What do you have for us? All right, if you're trying to speak, I can't hear you. Oh, there we go. Tomsy, there you are, fam. GM, how's it going?
GM Deco is there. GM Deco is GM to all speakers in the house. To the shout out to the listeners in the house. I really appreciate the privilege given unto me to speak, and the opportunity. I wouldn't take it for granted. So I'm Tomsy, as you all know. I just want to chill about myself. Okay. graphic designer, wordplay designer here. If you are having any projects that you want us to work on, you can DM us. We create a design that's going to speak the breakdown of your project, not just an abstract design, because you're having an abstract design that is not going to tell about what you are building, such as in this kind of era of AI. There are a lot of people that are using AI to design, which they don't understand the concept of what the AI is giving them. Yes, AI can do a lot of work, but it has a limit in this kind of era. We're having some things that if we use AI for, it's not going to bring clarification. So the clarification is not going to be clear. Pause. Okay, so that clarification is not going to be clear. So I bring clarification to projects, and I tell you the breakdown of your project, because you're having a lot of things that are going to be complex. So I bring light to it. Maybe you have any project that you are working on, and I'm also an artist, a NFT builder. If you need NFT for your project too, or you need NFT for your team, so that you can use it as PFP, and just thank you for the little opportunity you give unto me to chill myself. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You can also follow me. I follow, and I will definitely give you follow back. Thank you.
Thank you, Tomsy. I appreciate you coming up and showing your project and a little bit what you do. I will follow you back as well as an artist, NFT creator, graphic designer, NFT product designer, article. Man, you do it all, Tomsy. Appreciate you, fam. Make sure everyone's following Tomsy. Coming up, introducing himself. That's huge, fam. So thank you so much, Tomsy. I'm going to throw the mic back to Jen and Aussie Nasi for closing statements, and then we're finally going to rug this space, fam. This has been an incredible space, though. I am very grateful for the opportunity to serve you guys and serve our co-hosts, Jen and Aussie Nasi. Big shout out to them, and definitely a round of applause for them for coming up and being co-hosts for today's Caturday space. We'll start with you, Jen, and then we'll end with Aussie. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, hey, thanks for letting me be a part of this today. I've heard about some wonderful projects and met a lot of great people. So you guys keep building out there, and we'll see you in spaces.
That's right. Thanks, Jen. Love it. Short, sweet, to the point. Aussie.
No, thank you so much for joining Caturday. Love this space. Wouldn't miss it. Looking forward to the next one.
Awesome, fam. All right. With that in mind, fam, go join Crypto Cam. His space is right above on the Jumbotron. And if you guys wanted 1 million in texts and some, let's say 1 million in coins as well, join my Network Solutions room on TextRP. Website's right up there. The link, hit that. Go to the room. If you have any trouble, just DM me, fam. Without further ado, this is Crypto Fam Radio. Your host, Mountain Dew. It's been a successful Caturday. Chill and Shill. We'll see you guys next time.